Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. And I had up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect.
Wagwan people, Lumani here, back with the beginning of Season 3 in the Malaga save. I couldn't wait to get it going. I've been rushing to get it going as quick as I could. As you can see though, something I didn't see at in the last episode is Gyro does end up grabbing Player of the Month for last season. So we will have to update the player special cards and give him that before. I'm probably going to end up leaving it now because realistically it's not that important. As you can see, Sergi Darder has now joined up with the club, and actually Luka Modric, who I thought was retiring this season, turns out he isn't retiring this season. He's retiring next season, so he will still be available for us this season. I think still what we're going to do is bring Sergi Darder straight in to replace him for now. But yeah, let's go take a quick look at the budget and the objectives from the board. The budget isn't as big as I expected, I'll be honest. 18 million. I thought we were going to get a little bit more than that, but it's not to be this time. So let's see, objective wise, what we're looking at here. Youth development, we've got to sign at least 3 players younger than 20 years old with potential greater than the average overall rating of the players currently in the same position. Interesting. Within 2 seasons, have at least 2 players from the youth academy signed in the first season, play at least 30% of the games of that season. They're a big fan of that one. Brand exposure, they want us to get a streak of 5 games without defeat in home matches. They also want us to sell 3 players, which is quite interesting. They wanted us to keep salary growth down, which apparently we've already failed, so that's not going to happen. And they want us to make 10 million still from youth player sales, which we haven't done. This season they want us to finish mid-table and reach the round of 16 of the Copa de España. Obviously we don't have any continental success objectives because we're not in Europe.
When we were so young, I could never see forever. We'd go midnight driving down that lane, pretending the whole world was lame.
Let's go take a look at the transfer list and quickly rearrange things. Obviously Isco, I still do want to bring Isco in. I don't know how easy it's going to be because obviously at the moment we don't really have the money for it. We do still have some players on here that we're not going to be interested in. Barre now wouldn't leave. I bet he'll go to a different club, just not us though. You can see we've got a couple free agent players on here that we had from last season. Fran Beltran is someone I am quite interested in. Same with Mariba. I do want to bring in Isco. He's quite expensive though. What I am going to do is I'm going to look at some targets. So I'm going to spin around quickly and then we'll continue from there. The trend continues. Obviously we found out last episode that we can't get rid of Ismail Casas being on the transfer list. Sassuolo come in, but to be honest, they're a little bit too low. I'm still looking at targets, so I will do that and get back to you guys in a minute. Right, we've got a bunch of players scouting. We also have our first pre-season game. Obviously, we're just going to quick sim all of these because we're not really very interested. We get a 2-2 draw in the first game against Brighton. So yeah, most of this is going to be us waiting for scout reports to come back, to be honest. So probably, unless there is transfer offers, you won't see a lot of what's going on. Ismail Casas, I'm still not letting go. Interesting that we've got a transfer offer in here for Pablo Monzon. Not a player I expected to get an offer in for. If we can push this up a little bit higher, be inclined to let him go. 7 million, they've agreed it for Monzon. We are planning on looking for a new centre forward who can play as an aerial threat, so I'm not fully against letting Monzon go. Obviously he hasn't really been playing a lot for us recently. We've got these young lads popped up as reminders. This guy's looking slightly better at 15. We obviously don't have any space, which I think we will do. I think I'm also going to do the same for Zabi Garcia and maybe Moya as well. Is Moya still in training though? You know, Moya's still in training, so he can wait. How long's left on his training? 10 weeks. So we'll wait until he's a striker and he may be called up. I'm going to call up this young man. I'm going to wait on him just to see. That's just the 450 guy. We will call him up straight away. Right, so those players that we just got. Bruno Bravo. He is a cam. High medium, 3-star, 4-star. Got some okay stats in terms of pace. And some okay technical stats. We will leave him to train. What could he be? I think maybe attacking midfielder would be the play for him. And then we have Mustafa Benzerki. He's a left winger, medium low, which was not great. He's got okay pace there, okay jumping as well. Obviously we don't use left wingers, so that's not really going to be something that we're looking for. It's only 2 weeks to a striker though, so we'll put him on striker training. Everyone else still progressing. We'll leave most of them for now and continue on. We are into the next game. So, I need to put those guys out on loan. Salazar's been dreaming for the chance. I know there's more to come from you. You're probably going to go out on loan. Don't forget to use substitutes. Go away. Monzon has been sold as well. Like I said, I'm still waiting mostly for everything to come back. Once they do come back, I will let you guys know. What was it that I was doing? Sending those kids out on loan. That was it. Ray we're going to keep because he may be used as our third choice. There's him and him. Is there anybody else that needed to go out on loan? The contracts that are expiring, I don't think right now I'm going to do anything with them. I think I'll leave them for now. But we may look to change that sometime in the future. New game at right back. Do you know what as well? I'm going to sub Blanco and give Oya the chance to play because he doesn't often get to play games for us. Let's see, we do lose 3-1, which isn't really a surprise, but Danilo getting another goal. I'm not overly asked about pre-season, like I always say. It's just one of those things that I kind of just play like sim through mostly. We have another one. We have got a transfer offer coming for Cesar Azpilicueta from Sociedad. We were looking to replace Cesar at 33. If I can be a bit cheeky with this, I think what we'll do is we'll ask for 20. Said they won't go higher than 14, so we'll push it up to 18. Don't necessarily want to let him go until I get a replacement in, so no, they're not going to go higher than 14, which kind of works for us, to be fair, because like I said, I don't really want to let him go, but if I did already have a replacement in mind, I probably would have let him go straight away. But without a replacement in mind, yeah, didn't really feel comfortable doing so. So that's probably the end of pre-season for us by the looks of things. Get another $1 million added. Planas has got a loan offer here. I'm not letting him leave. With an option to buy though. He just wanted to go out on loan. We've got a bunch of training to do. I'll let you guys know when anything happens. Planas' loan agreement will come back. They're going to take him on a 1-year loan, which will be helpful for him to get some play time. Hopefully he agrees to that. Another transfer offer coming in for Ishmael Casas. I think what I'm going to do is just... Oh, I can't block offers on them, can I? God's sake. I don't know. I really don't know what to do about this, because obviously we're not getting offered a lot, but the fact that he still has the transfer request in makes me feel like he doesn't want to be here. We would never be agreeing to that one. Right, so we've got a couple scout reports back from the free agents that I was scouting. I'm tempted to pick up Luca Verdane just as a second or third choice, but I'm also tempted to re-sign Danny Martin. Haven't decided fully on that one yet. So here we've got Leonard Harges, I'm going to guess it is. He is only 5'7", CDM central midfielder. However, he does grow very well. Another one that I'm looking at is Somerville, former Leeds player. He's another player with a lot of pace who grows very well. But the one that I think I'm going to immediately sign is this young man. We found a very promising young player. 20 years old, 80 rated. As you can see, great stats on him. I'm not sure if he's a regen or not, but he's got 86 finishing. We're looking for a centre forward with good pace, so he's going to come in for us if we can sign him. I want 15. I'm more than happy to give him 15. So yeah, we will be signing him. Very good young player there, looking very promising for the future. I've still got a couple free agent signings left. I may be coming back in for Somerville as a rotational player if we can maybe train him into either a central midfielder or a striker. I think for now what I'll do is wait until the rest come back in. I'm also very interested in maybe bringing in Fran Beltran or Ex Moriba. I haven't decided quite which one yet. Maybe if we make another sale and we can raise a few more funds, I may go back in for one of them. I realised what I probably should have done there as well, considering we just made a new signing, is go in and take a look at him. Showing great potential, obviously already at an 80 rated. There's no way you can say he's not. I mean, just look at those stats. He's even got good jumping on him. Standing at 6'1", he could be the answer. He does only have 2-star weak foot though, which is something we definitely will have to train. But with 90 sprint speed, 80 acceleration, 88 strength, 86 jumping alongside the 86 finishing, I can't understand who decided to let this man go as a free agent. But it's to our benefit, so I'm not going to be too upset about it. Let's try and get some weak foot training on the lad. Planas has gone out on loan now, which is nice to see. We are going to wait for the rest of those scout reports. I think it was like 10-16 days, something around those range. So we'll wait for the rest of them and then continue from there. We do have a position change though for that young man we just got a minute ago. He does go up to 52 following that. I think what we will do, we need something to up that work rate. So what we'll do is we'll put him on poacher training. Aside from that, we're still just doing training and waiting for the scout reports. Right, scout and reports have just come back. Also, Lucas Gortler has returned from injury. There was one player specifically that I've been waiting for to come back. As you can see, we've scouted Mark Rocker here. I don't know if I would sign him over either Beltran or Moriba, but the player I was excited for is this young man, Eric Martel, because he has got a lot of potential for the future. So we are going to sign him, though he won't be a starting player for us. We definitely will get him in amongst the mix and try and get him grown, because he will be great for us going forward. So we definitely want him in the club to join us, as well as 150 sign on. That should get it over the line. There you go. Eric Martel. I know it's not a super exciting signing for you guys to see, because like obviously he's only 72 rated currently. But trust me when I say this guy, if things go to plan and he does grow the way we want him to, he will be huge for us moving forward. We're still waiting for some back, and as well, I think the player I want to sign is Moriba for sure. I don't know currently if we quite have the money to get him. We do have 24 million, and they're asking between, what was it, 24 and 28 or something, or 38, sorry. Also, Ducore is another player that I'm very interested in, which he may be the better option, but he is also 3 years older than Moriba. They're asking 23 to 33. I do want to sign Moriba. Moriba's one of those players that I've kind of always wanted to sign in career mode, but never really got the chance to. I think we'll wait and see if there's any, if we make any sales beforehand, and then go from there. I realised I did it again and didn't show off the player. I'm really bad at this. We do have a loan offer here for Ortiz, but like I said, I'm not interested in selling right now. Obviously Ortiz is one of those players that we're looking to carry us forward in the next couple of years. Eric Martel here, showing great potential tag. As you can see, the stats right now on Eric Martel are quite decent, to be fair. Like, he's looking like a pretty good well-rounder, strong in the tackle as well. I think what I will do is change him. How tall was he? Sorry, 6'2". Yeah, he could play that CDM role, to be fair. Let's see, CM wise, what are we looking at? We've got Mucham Gama, Ishmael, Modric, Dada, and Gortler. What's his agility and stuff? He's got good agility. I think I'll put him, I'm going to put Martel onto play. The only thing he'll need training in. So Martel is 112 weeks. Let's take a look and see what the likes of Marino are to make into central mid. He's 45 weeks. So I think what I'll do is I'll put Marino on to train as central midfield, and then Martel we will keep as the holding midfielder. Yeah, so besides from that, we're going to continue forward, see if we make any sales beforehand. If not, I may be going in for Moriba. I think I'm also going to sign some of it. Ortiz, they have decided to just take the 1 year loan, so hopefully he agrees to that and we can get him growing alongside the lads we'll have at the club. There had a bunch more scout reports come back, but none of them really ended up being anything good for us. Danny Ortiz will be going out on loan. We also have a transfer offer coming for Alejandro Francis, but we're definitely not interested in letting him go right now. Scout report just to see if anybody since we last looked at the team has hopped up by any rating, sorry, should I say. Moya still, how far is he off still? 6 weeks now off his striker training completing. I think he's probably going to be the next one called up. There are some lads in there that don't look bad. That guy's got really long legs. But I think Moya probably will be the next one who gets called up, but we're still going to leave him in there until his training finishes. I think screw it, let's go in and see if we can get Moriba. They want David Miranda plus 4 million. I wouldn't swap David Miranda, but I would swap Fernandez plus 6.5 maybe? See what they say to that. They want 20. That's not actually a lot less than my opening bid. If we can get it down to just 20.2, hey, I'll take 20.2. We have got a deal for Mariba here. Now we just need to agree personal terms. They don't want a release clause, which is good by me. I'm willing to take a pay cut to come here. You know, I'm always loving players that will take pay cuts, and there it is. We do sign Mariba. That is a big signing for us. Let's go down and take a look at him fully. A huge signing here. Ilax Moriba joining us from RB Leipzig. 20 years old. One of the best all-rounders, you have to say, when you look at his stats. 79 finishing on him is kind of crazy, actually. I didn't realise he quite had that high-level finishing. The only thing I think, really, that I didn't like the look of, where was it? The balance is a little bit sus, and the jumping and strength are a little bit sus. So I think what we'll do, we can't train the jumping really. We can train the balance. Would that be the play? I think central midfielder training would be the play. But yeah, we do get in one of the main targets that I want. I think I will start is it Saavedra? I'm going to say Saavedra. I will start him over... Yeah, we will start Saavedra over Jara and have Jara as the impact sub. Mariba will come up to the bench. I don't know. The problem I'm going to have, and I can already tell this now, is I think the likes of Muchingama and Modric... I did say I was going to actually rearrange this properly, didn't I? Ishmael I do feel bad for, because I actually don't think he's too bad a player, but he's not quite the... With the competition he already has in that midfield, I can't really see him getting a game. Obviously, when Gortler is fully fit, there's a good chance he takes that spot back off Mariba. We're going to have a strong... I may even, because I'm looking for that real strong cam player, I don't think right now Fernandez has quite got it. He's okay. He's got some decent stats. It's just the passing, really. The long passing is what's kind of making me think maybe not. Also, I did talk a lot last season about signing a full-time replacement for Aspi. I'm thinking maybe it could be Ribeiro if he continues to grow. I don't think David Miranda will be starting the season at that cam spot, but we'll have to see what happens. Let's continue rolling on, and then I'm going to make a decision on whether we sign Somerville or not. Okay, well, something very interesting has just happened here. Sporting have decided to meet Ribeiro's release clause. Now, obviously, what you can do usually is go in and offer the player a new contract, and it would stop them from leaving. However, because of the fact that I haven't been playing Ribeiro, and he probably in real life would leave, I don't think, for the sake of realism, I don't think I am going to resign. I'm going to do that. And I think if he decides to leave, I will let him go, because I think that's fair enough. He got a lot of playtime towards the end of last season, but with me also looking for a potential replacement for Cesar Azpilicueta, I did just say then it could be Ribeiro if he continues to grow, but he's not a ready-made replacement. And I was obviously at points, like we had with Luka Modric last season, when players hit a certain age in FIFA, they will continue to rapidly drop. I also did really like Quintana when I used him at that centre-back role. I know he's only 71 rated currently, but I almost feel like do we just allow Quintana to play in there? So, Ribeiro is gone. I did decide to let him go. So he will join Sporting. We're going to show the whole thing because why not? He does join Sporting for 7 million. Could end up being a very, very good meet for them, meeting his 7 million release clause. He obviously didn't play a lot for us. He was only 20 years old, so he did have potential to... Oh, they've just automatically put Gortler up there. Fair enough. There's also the conversation of, do we make Fernandez a centre back now? How long would it take him? 405 days, so that weeks, so that definitely isn't an option. See, were it possible, I would go in here for Mujahid, but because he's got that tag of this player is too important, they can't be sold, blah blah blah, I can't go in for him, which is quite frustrating because I would straight away go in for him, to be honest. And he would be the ready-made replacement for Ribeiro. Would it now be the time to go and look at some centre-back targets? I think it probably is. Right, so I've come up with a small plan. I'll just let all of you know about it now through my ramblings. We have gone to the relegated teams to see what players they have that they may have to sell on, because realistically when teams go down they have to sell a lot of players. The one that I'm slightly irritated about is that Newcastle went down. It was a team that I was looking at last season but then completely forgot. And Newcastle have Ryan Gravenberch. Ryan Gravenberch is obviously one of the best midfielders on FIFA over time in career mode. So unfortunately we miss out on Ryan Gravenberch, which is slightly unfortunate. We've also seen this man, Ante Palaversa. However, I think he's probably now going to be sold. I'm still tempted to go in for Somerville. Yeah, there it is, Ryan Gravenberch. For the sake of realism, would have been a good signing, but obviously because it's FIFA, he is still worth 63 million, so we're not going to be able to sign him anyway, so I'll just remove him from the list. There are a couple players on here I still do like the look of. They're not top priority signings for us right now. We'll see if Palaversa does go to Mainz. If he doesn't, we may look to sign him ourselves. If he does, then we'll obviously not be going in for him. We are also coming up to the first game of the season, which we probably will end up playing now. Yeah, so we are at the first game of the season. Nothing else has happened yet in terms of those signings, so it probably will be Palaversa does join Mainz, so we'll allow it. Why was he bald? We do have a press conference to do, however, so let's get that done. Right, first game of the season. I don't usually go straight in, but this time... Well, actually, no, I think I do usually play one game, actually. I think I'm actually lying there. What I do want to do is I'm going to bring Martel up here. I am going to start... I think I'm going to start Fernandez. Because as much as I do want to start Gortler, with him coming back late, he's not trained a lot. So his sharpness is quite low. Still got Anouar available to come on to us. What am I saying? But besides from that, the team's in the... Oh, one thing I do need to do, and I need to swap this outside, is we need to give Jerome Ongwene his cap. He says, as Mariba gets completely lost. Holland, Villa Libra, Ruben Blanco makes a very good save though. Already starting to see a little bit of a struggle in there. Carlos Fernandez to try and find Saavedra. Oh my god! Talk about a first goal for the club. Carlos Fernandez chips it over the top and Saavedra hits it perfectly. I actually thought Saavedra was offside there. So did the Bilbao players, but he wasn't. And talk about lining it up. We were excited to see what he could do in this first game. And talk about starting off with a bang. Eduardo Saavedra. Carlos Fernandez. We're going to try and find Danilo. Unfortunately not to be. Alejandro France is going to pick one out of his feet and hit one. That's a good hit from Alejandro Francis, to be fair. Not got the greatest shooting stats on him, so we'll whip this one in with Darder towards Onguene. Villa Libra wins it. Saavedra's coming up for it. Can Onguene win that header? Who beat him for that? Volland. Don't know. I don't know if they necessarily deserve that, to be honest. As you can see, it comes off the crossbar. I don't 100% feel that's 100% justified. They have had a couple close opportunities, but that's basically only their maybe second shot. I guess it is what it is. We do concede, so it is 1-1 now. And it is.
And with that, the first half draws to a close.
I thought we were okay. Defensively, we do feel slightly open. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but something feels a little bit suspect. It's very frustrating because it feels like he doesn't want to be here. Oh, Kevin Volland's going to score another one. I hate that because I marked Volland that whole time, and then for some reason, as soon as you switch off of the player, it just gives them a free space. Like here, I mark him with Aspi, and then I switch across, and Aspi sprints out of the space. And I could see what was going to happen, and I could do nothing to stop it, basically. Break wasn't really on, though. Mariba's got the outside track. Oh, Mariba. Mariba has a huge chance to get us an equaliser. Oh, I'm just waiting for someone to show for the ball. Please, anybody.
Just not looking confident in possession. Chance to do damage.
Lucas Gortler. It looks like it's going to be a 2-1 loss, which I think is really unjustified, to be honest. I actually think we did fully deserve to at least get a point from this game, if not win it. Unai Simon's been the difference.
Well, just 1 minute of time added on for stoppages here. Well, nicely cut out.
David Miranda played through. David Miranda in the last minute gets us the equaliser. Let's go! That's exactly what we were looking for. David Miranda, the man who I criticised his finishing so much last season, gets us the equaliser in the last minute against Bilbao. It's a great ball from Gyro, finds Miranda, and Miranda finishes low against Unai Simon. I criticised his finishing a lot last season because there are a lot of times when he didn't score when he definitely should have been, but he has earned us a point in the last minute of the game in this one. Huge equaliser from David Miranda there. Huge equaliser. I mean, you can see by the stats though, besides from possession, like, we were all over Bilbao. They didn't deserve to win the game, so I think a draw is deserved. One player I have to pick out though, Ismael Casas, had a very poor game. We've got a transfer offer coming in for Alejandro Francis of 18 million. Again, it's going to be a reject from me. We have got another transfer offer coming in here for Ismael Casas. He is now, his valuation has gone up because he's gone up again. Part of me, I mean, I'm going to be asking for a lot more than what they're offering. So they're probably, most teams that come here are probably just going to walk straight out. But it's still going to be 14.5. They're not interested. I kind of feel like just because we can't get rid of that, based on realism, we know he's got very good potential, but based on realism, if he does still have the want to leave, maybe we should be letting him go. So we are at the Almeria game, which I don't know whether to play or not, if I'm 100% honest. Fuck it, let's play this one. 2 games in this episode. Not something I usually do. I would usually only play the one. However, I feel like we should be playing this one. I'm going to bring Martel up to the bench again. Muchingama's former team, however, I don't think right now Muchingama is who we need to be playing. They do actually still have Sadiq, which I'm quite surprised about, because I thought he would have left by now.
This is the kind of match every football fan looks forward to. A lot on the line and the likelihood of a tension-packed occasion. Stay tuned, we'll have all the action for you live here on EA TV.
They were big rivals to us last time we played them, because obviously we beat them in the playoff finals to secure our promotion last season. Hoping for slightly better link-up play between the team. Obviously we do still have Lucas Gortler, who can potentially come back into the team. Was debating whether he goes to Cam for us, allowing him to get back in the team basically, because right now, I mean, to be fair, Mariba wasn't amazing last time out. As a younger player though, I think you do have to allow him a little bit of time. It does fall to him here. Oh, see that? He's got to be hitting that, to be honest. That should be 1-0 there. He chips that one over to Kuro. Kleinheisner to Kuro. Back to Kleinheisner. Kuro. Mariba's there. Oh my god, no way has he kept that in. Good save from Blanco. I can't believe he's kept that in there, to be honest. Ismail Casas will have a bit of space to run into there. Find Darder again. Danilo has space. He can spin on it. Hit it first time. There we go. Arrowed into the top corner. Our top scorer last season opens his account in the second game of the season with a very good hit from the edge of the box. Both strikers now having their first goal of the seasons. You don't want to be seeing them wait for too long. That's a great finish from Danilo. To be fair, slightly against the run of play as well, because Almeria have been whipping this ball all over the pitch. That would have been on compilations of the worst misses for years to come, should that have been onside. Kuro now up against Romero. Will cross it to the back. Johnny somehow. That's the one thing about Ismail Casas that does really frustrate me. In those positions, he needs to be trying to get up for those headers and just doesn't most of the time. Alejandro Francis gets across to it but doesn't win it. Romero will recover. Kuro Sanchez, he's a really annoying little bastard, him. Darder will clear it. Blanco been huge for us in this game after me criticising him last game. Now Danilo on the break. Again, this would be against the run of play. And it is against the run of play, but Danilo gets his brace. I'm not going to complain. Almeria have been very, very, very good on the ball at the beginning of this one, but we always have that counter-attack in our back pocket, and to be fair, it's what we look for most of the time, and it's a good finish from Danilo. Second goal of the season in the same game. Second goal for us in this game. And we get out of the press very well. We will see ourselves go into half-time 2-0 up. Like I say, it may be undeserved, it may be lucky, but we know that we can counter-attack. One of the best counter-attacks, I'd say, probably in this league. Definitely the right choice right now. That's a great ball from Blanco, I have to say. Mariba finds it here. Going to find Darder to come onto it. It's a great strike from Darder, but it's a good save from the keeper. Can Mariba win the header? He can. Doesn't quite fall for Danilo. Darder wins a header this time, though. Azpilicueta going to try and challenge Sadiq. Never really going to have any chance in there, though, to be honest. Going to be asked to do some more against Kuro now. But if it's not him, it's been our man Alejandro Francis. And now the breakaway is on.
Making excellent progress with the
Oh, Ishmael Casas though. I need to bring in some right back cover, I think. Or not cover, I think competition. It's not so much covering that I'm worried about. It's having someone who can challenge Ishmael Casas when he's not playing his best. Because as much as I like Piccini, his lack of pace kind of makes it difficult. I kind of knew when that ball got lofted over, I kind of knew that we weren't going to have any chance of stopping them from scoring there. Because whenever those balls get played in and they're like on the edge of the box and they chip it into the box, you can never get to the second ball afterwards. Oh, Lucas Gortler unlucky not to get across to that one. Robertone. What? So I've tackled him there, but somehow... Oh, good save. Thank God for that, because I've tackled him, but somehow my player fell over afterwards. And I thought that was about to be absolutely terrible for us. That should be the end of the game, and it is. We rode our luck a lot in that game, to be fair, but we do walk away with a 2-1 win. I would be a lot more upset if it was a loss. Almeria, they did play very well. They definitely won't be in relegation threat if they're playing like that. Got a post-match to do, though. A win and a draw to start your season off. You have to be happy with how things are going compared to the beginning of last season. Yeah, I think we've played decently well. Obviously, we've made an improvement on how we started last season already, but I don't think we can get too far ahead of ourselves yet. The addition of the lads that we've brought in so far has allowed us to play slightly quicker attacking football, I would say, but I think there's still work to be done to cut out silly goals, cut out sloppy goals at the back. But a win and a loss in your first 2 games, 4 points for a team that are pipped for relegation, you take it. Defence is something you talked about improving. However, you have conceded in both games so far. Can you talk about that? I like that we have shown the fight so far when we've conceded to go on and score again. Obviously, in the first game against Athletic Club, it was quite late that we ended up getting our equaliser, but we showed the heart to get it. So you really have to give us some credit for that. And, you know, it's always nice to work with a team that are willing to work for you. With a lot of the transfer window left, are you going to be looking to go back in for more players? Yeah, you know, look, we're in our second season now in La Liga, so obviously we know that we need to upgrade and we need to keep pushing the quality of the team forward. We've already bought in 3 signings so far this window. I'm looking constantly to find a couple more to bring in to strengthen the team in all areas. You know, it's just how it is being a team that are trying to become an established La Liga team. You need to bring in that quality. So, yeah, we'll definitely be looking for a couple more transfers this window and hopefully we can get them. Thanks, guys. Still waiting for those scout reports back. Obviously, if we do, we're only 4 days away from the Getafe game. So if we don't get them back before then we will just be wrapping up the game at the Getafe game. And by wrapping up the game, obviously, I meant wrapping up the episode. Because I would rather sign... I don't know why I added Taran to the list there. I would rather sign a younger player that's going to grow. I just really need Mujahid. That's really the player that I need. But obviously they're not willing to let him go for any price right now, which is really annoying because he would be perfect for us. Somerville also got signed by another club, so we'll remove him from the list. I don't really know what to do. I think probably the thing to do is go out and actually look properly for a centre-back target. That is unfortunate that he's just moved. Yeah, alright, anyway, so we'll wrap up the episode here. Next episode we'll start with the game against Getafe and then we will wrap up the transfer window. We do start the season with Ivan Toney's in this season, in this league now. Actually, he plays for the team we're about to play. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, so we do start the season with a win and a draw, which isn't too bad to start things off. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope to catch you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you can find out when that one is. And peace.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games. Your